Ms. Sylvia Lim.
Sir, while Singaporeans elect the government and their MPs to make laws, there are benefits in consulting outside this chamber and putting out the government's intentions well before bills come to Parliament. First, policymakers and lawmakers may not be able to foresee gaps and unintended consequences. Secondly, opportunities to the general public to participate and comment on draft laws will foster greater trust between the government, Parliament and citizens. It would build confidence that policies were not being rushed and that citizens could participate meaningfully in policy making. To this end, I would like to ask if there is a guideline or SOP on how ministries should approach lawmaking. I will divide my discussion into two parts, the pre-Parliament stage and the Parliament stage. First, the pre-Parliament stage. When is public consultation on a bill a must, and when is public consultation deemed not needed? There are many positive examples of public consultations where a ministry would publicize a consultation and invite public comments on draft legislation, after which it publishes a summary of the comments received and the ministry's responses. Are there any guidelines about the consultation period? It goes without saying that the consultation period should give sufficient time for people to respond. The recent consultation on the Films Amendment Act illustrates the problem when the consultation period was too short, initially for a period of about 11 days in the month of December, which is generally a month when persons may also travel. It was sensible then that the ministry extended the consultation period after requests from the public. In recent times, there were instances when laws seemed to be rushed. For instance, the Administration of Justice Protection Bill was only put up on the REACH portal after it was presented in Parliament for first reading, and a petition filed on this bill was somehow not sent to the Public Petitions Committee. While a ministry may certainly choose to adopt other methods of consultation, for example, closed-door focus group or stakeholder discussions, I would say that these should not replace an open consultation on the actual bill if the government wants to have a bigger buy-in, especially in controversial matters. I next move to the Parliament stage. There seems to me some scope for improvement too. Regarding the explanatory statement to bills, sometimes we find explanatory statements that simply repeat the wording of the bill without explaining how the clauses will improve things. On the other hand, we do see some more helpful explanatory statements. A recent example is the Public Sector Governance Bill, where it was stated that a clause setting out ministers' powers over public bodies was necessary due to inconsistencies in existing legislation and to avoid duplication. Here, an attempt is made to give a reason for the new law. One useful initiative is the ongoing pilot by the Attorney General's chambers to show the changes made by bills in tracked mode, but I believe this is currently only available to MPs. I hope this can be available to the public to facilitate greater understanding of changes made. Finally, ministers' statements to Parliament at the second reading of bills should be as clear as possible. One recent example is the Protection from Harassment Act, when in a 2017 court case, the government tried to claim that it was a person entitled to seek relief under the POHA. This was rejected by the Court of Appeal as invalid because nowhere in the second reading speech of the minister was Parliament told that the Act was intended to apply to persons who are not human beings and not vulnerable.